Dennis Chan from Sacramento, California. This is a 1969 D405. It used to belong to the California Forestry Department. I bought it in 2009 and had it painted and took it to the Pleasanton ATHS show. 153,000 original miles.
So it's had a pretty good life.
Right. Very good life, especially with CDF.
People who see this may go, oh, that's a Donald Duck truck.
Right,
Or you
they
call it by its
that's
full
a
name.
Donald Duck.
Which, for anyone who isn't aware, also, it's the same cab as in Emeryville cab over, right? It's just got this big long.
All they did was stuck a nose on it.
Yes. Which there's one right there. What year is the cab over?
64. The cab is the same cab as this one is.
And these are both just part of the collection. They were not.
Right. We never worked it.
Were you looking for them, or did they find their way to you?
They found a way. I always have friends watching out for my money. They definitely help me spend it.
I hear you need this in your collection.
Right. I know what you need.
So what does this one have for an engine?
It's a small cam 350. We've never done anything to the engine. It's all original.
And it has a winch?
The forestry department used. I'm sure it pulled a low bed before. Hauling equipment. That's what it was. That's what it did.
But they were pretty good on it.
Oh, they were definitely. Yeah. The maintenance is unbelievable. You can see the inside still looks like new. It's all original. We added the air conditioner.
Well, that's nice.
Then we added power steering.
Also nice. Good job. I like the glitter extender. Yeah, that looks good on here with the silver. Have you driven it anywhere, or does it just get?
It's been back. It's been back to several of the ATHS shows.
Okay. Do you haul it or drive it?
We drive it. Okay. We've driven it to Salina, the ATHS show up there quite a bit.
So you said before the fleet began, well, you had internationals first, and then Peterbilts.
Right, then Peterbilts.
So what year? Wow.
It feels like a real truck.
It does. Did your father start the business?
Yeah, well, my grandfather, 1906 is when we started.
Oh, wow.
We're farmers out of the town of Cortland, south of Sacramento. In fact, we still farm. We're still farming down there. And I have a garden product business in Sacramento. So that's where I hang out most of the time.
120 years, just about.
Yeah,
that is
we've
incredible.
Been there for a couple of days. My nephew runs the ranch now. So I spend a lot of time down helping him. I still have farming in my blood.
Did it begin with horses or with a small?
Yep, 1906. That's when my grandfather started. Horse and buggy.
When was the first vehicle purchased?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
But it just kept getting bigger and bigger?
Right.
Wow.
So we just grown.
What's the most recent truck you've bought for the business?
The business? Mm-hmm. Probably 2022 Peterbilt.
And the family's still involved.
Right. We're still involved.
And you have some nice toys.
Thank you.
So
we enjoy it.
We talked about this one. What's the one right
that
over
was
here?
In 1949. I think everybody refers to it as a 3-man cab because it's so wide and big.
So did you have to get one of each just so you had a little bit of everything?
Same thing. It just happened to come up. I got a call and said, hey, there's something laying around the road you need.
You've got good friends or bad friends, depends who you're asking. This cab over, known as an Emeryville, is a model DCO 405. It has a Detroit engine and 318 horsepower at 2100 RPMs. Transmission's an R96 10-speed. The rear is an RA57 with spring suspension. Is that an original interior?
No, I'm sure people have it. It was there when we bought the truck.
That is gorgeous. The cool steering wheel, too.
Yeah.
Like a mile in the air. I have a feeling someone watching this may be wondering about the wheels, because all of your trucks have the same
We just look for the old style wheels.
Yes.
They're getting rare, harder and harder to find.
Did you have to find them and put them on these trucks, or did most?
No, we mounted all those up. Most of them we bought having no tires or wheels.
They all look a little bit different than they did when you got
Yes,
them, except maybe this one here on the
Well,
ground.
we painted that one, but
Oh yeah,
other than that,
this is short. This has got to be rough.
oh my God, it's rough.
I'm guessing this one doesn't drive often, just
No,
because it's
no,
unpleasant.
We call them trailer queens.
Flatbed red from the future again. This is a 1963 model ACO 225, aka Sightliner. It has a Detroit 453 engine, 5-speed transmission, and 2-speed rears. And the engine doesn't fit under the teeny tiny cab.
No, that was kind of hanging out the back.
I can't imagine something like this would have been built for long haul, just around the yard, right?
Right, there are definitely a lot of local LTL, local deliveries.
And this one too, a friend saying, hey.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Friends said, hey,
you got to save it. And everything's painted to match.
Right, everything's painted to match.
So when did the green and white become the colors of choice?
I think the first truck we ever bought with that color and the design was a 72 Mack. That Mack color disappeared and we matched it with Volvo. So that's what it is now, Volvo green.
And you've stuck with it since 70?
Yep.
What about the trailer? Is that an oldie too?
No, it's an 82 Reliance.
That's pretty cool too.
It's a nice trailer.
I pulled some more information off of Dennis's website on this one. It's a 1949 model W3042 that has a Cummins engine, a 5-speed main and 3-speed auxiliary, RA57 rear axle, spring suspension, and 150 horsepower at 2100 RPMs. This is a different fifth wheel too.
Nothing different.
Just old. One fuel tank?
Yes.
Just imagining how this would have been to drive through out west when it was new.
Same thing. You can't tell how far they went, but they just took their time.
Yeah, they definitely didn't go fast.
Nope.
What's this here for anyone who's never seen something like that?
Semaphore.
Turn signal, right?
Turn signal. It comes out and then it goes up.
Like you're on a bicycle?
Right.
This has a lot going on inside.
It's all original. It still has what they call the true stop for a handbrake. It doesn't have maxi brakes for air to lock the brakes. So it has a handbrake on it.
And an enormous steering wheel.
But all the gauges are original. All the gauges work.
I feel like a truck like this would require some instructions before driving it for the first time.
Yeah, it does.
What's going on?
It's kind of hard starting.
This stuff here.
Right, right. It's definitely.
I interviewed someone on a 1929 Packard, and I asked how difficult it was to figure out how to drive it. He's like, oh, it's easy. You just do this and this and this and this.
Right. That's like this one. You have to prime it 3 times and
hold your breath and count to 10. And
right. Hold your breath. Hold your cheek the right way. Hold your tongue.
Say nice words to it. Let's see how this one closes. Oh, I did that weekly. Piece of cake. Do any of them have nicknames? Do you call them anything?
No. Except for Donald Duck.